You can't sit in front of this camera and have low self-esteem about yourself. Because I know I came from strong women. And my grandmother told me, when my husband got married again, she straight up told me. She said, you don't come from weak women. You come from powerful women. You come from women that were slaves. You came from my mom. She came from her mom. And you come from me. So with that, I stayed with my husband because he was the right man for the job. He does the best he can. I know that. Is he perfect? No. But as long as his relationship with Allah is strong, I ain't got nothing to worry about because Allah checks him. I don't check him. My co-wife doesn't check him. Allah checks him. And as long as he stands in humility and as long as he's on his face 5 times a day, he's making tahajjud, he's making dua, he's doing all those things for the pleasure of Allah, and I can benefit from that, I'll stay married to him. I'll stay married to him because I didn't get married to get divorced. I didn't. When I said that I would marry him, I meant that forever. And I don't want my children to come from brokenness. I don't want my co-wives' children to come from brokenness. I want to facilitate happiness, health, wellness. I want them to be physically fit, mentally fit, Islamically fit, have a good relationship with Allah. So that if this shows up in my daughter's life, they're going to say, my mother did that. My Umi did that. My Abu did that. My bonus mom did that. They didn't let it break them. I'm not going to let polygyny break me. Like I said earlier, I'm going to break it in. And I'm going to get used to it. And I'm going to get good at it. And I'm going to coach other people. And I want to be an inspiration to other people. And Allah gets the glory. I don't. I'm a Muslim woman. I'm going to say Allah. I'm going to say I'm black. I'm going to say my family's black. And I'm going to also say their lives matter. They absolutely do. Because for so long, we've been told we didn't matter. It's a whole nother video, y'all. I get it. But some main things, if I could tell wives, evaluate who your husband was before polygyny. Is he that same man now? It will change him, but let it change him for the better. I loved my husband enough to let him evolve and change his mind, meaning he wasn't interested in polygyny. Then he became interested in polygyny. That's being a human being. That's what that is. Because I'm allowed to change my mind. So it's not for me to tell him, I can change my mind, but you can't. That means I own him. And I don't own him. Allah owns him. He's Allah's creation. And we all share him with Allah. We all share each other. And Allah, he owns us all. So I share my husband with my children before he got another wife. And I shared him with his mother. And I shared him with his father, may Allah grant him Jannah, who's passed away. I shared him with his siblings. I shared him with his dear brother. He's passed away. May Allah grant him Jannah. So this, people say, well, Fatimah, that's different. Them naysayers, you'll find anything wrong with what I'm saying because it doesn't fit your ego or what you want to do. I'm not here to fit anybody's ego or what they want to do. I'm telling you what I did. And if I'm passionate and if I'm being firm with you, that's how serious this is. This is the magnitude of it. This is the magnitude of the decision to not divorce a man simply because he took another wife, which is the sunnah, which is part of Islam. And if you don't like it, if you don't like Islam, if you don't like us, leave the chat. You don't have to follow us. You can act like we're not doing it. You can ignore us, but we're going to do it, and we're still doing it, and our plans is to do it in the future. And if my daughters decide to sign up for polygyny, and if they don't, may Allah make them strong. May their parents help them. Ameen. If my bonus daughter, she decides to be in polygyny, if she doesn't, may Allah protect her. May Allah make her strong. Like I said, may my bonus baby be strong and protected and educated about polygyny. It's about educating yourself so that you feel better. It's about making a decision so you feel better. It's about evaluating yourself, checking your ego, finding out who you're married to. Is he a bad guy or is he a good guy? Or if you made him bad because he married someone else, is that it? Everything else around him is good, but that one thing I don't like. Let me tell you something real quick. Polygyny predates Islam. I know we get a bad rap for it. It is what it is. We get bad raps for a lot of things. I get a bad rap for wearing a wrap. That's what people do. But I don't care about what people think about my family, me, or my husband. I want people to get the information and feel better. I remember not feeling good. I remember not having nobody or knowing what to do. But I had some powerful women in my circle that really helped me through things. And one of them told me, you got to love him enough to let him evolve. It was my aunt. And I love her, and she's passed away from cancer. But I'll be a fool if I tell you, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to pretend and act like I'm happy and act like me and my co-wife are cool. I ain't got that kind of time, and I ain't never been built that way. She'll tell you that. My friends for 20 plus years will tell you that. If I don't like you, I don't like you, and I'm not going to act like I like you. I don't do that. I ain't never did that. I can be cordial to people, but if I don't like somebody, they'll know, period. And if I love them, they'll know. So I know love is not a place where you just find trust and peace. It's not. It stands on its own. I love my father very much, but he was an alcoholic and he didn't like himself. I said, and I didn't trust him, but I loved him. That's just an example of love being one way and trust. And that's why those words are different. We don't say love and then it's an umbrella of things that's under love. We got words like trust, loyalty, honesty, bravery, courage, fearlessness. We have all of those things. English to me is not a rich language, but I've learned it and I know what it is. And I know those words are different for a reason. But I'm telling you, I evaluated my husband. I evaluated me. I evaluated our position over the years, the marriage, the children, what it would do, what kind of destruction, what kind of collateral damage would they be if we got divorced? What would I be? What would he be? What would that mean for them? Would I be disrupting our legacy? Because I was hurt because he got another wife. I wanted it to work. I wanted me, myself, and I not to be the problem or the reason why polygyny didn't work in our family. Because children don't stay young and small always. They will question you on your actions. And they know their parents. And they'll go, my mother's strong enough to get through this. My father's strong enough to get through this meaning in a healthy way. You're going to be destructive and it's destroyed your children and they sit up there watching you argue every single day. That's hurting them. I can't evaluate your situation. I can only evaluate mine. And mine is not a place where I need to go, I need to leave this person because they're an idiot. And they don't care about me. And they're selfish. He got married again because he's selfish. I'm not going to crawl up into my husband's heart and try to figure out too much. I'm going to ask him. And I have asked him. I've asked him every question under the sun that anybody in this chat or in these comments could ever come up with on earth. And he answered me with honesty. But I had to have the courage to ask him the questions and not fear the answer. I got to the point where I said, I'm going to ask these questions and not fear the answer and not tell him his answer's wrong. Now, I did tell him the way in which he did it, I didn't appreciate. But it wasn't haram for him to do it the way he did it. That mattered to me because then that meant then Allah is not upset with him. Allahu alam, I don't know. But I know what is allowed in Islam to a certain degree in marriage and what is not to a certain degree. I'm not a student of knowledge. I'm not a scholar. I'm not any of that. But I know how to read. Iqra. I know how to read. I've been commanded to read. And if I didn't know something, I asked a student of knowledge. I even asked my husband because he's way more knowledgeable than me. And he's not going to lie to me. He won't. He knows full well, because he's too old to lie too, that he's accountable for what comes out of his mouth. Just like I am. So there's no way if it was, I can have up to 4 wives and he tell me right here, here's the information. This is why I can have up to 4 wives. He'll give it to me. It's not Nazir's fatwas. It's not Fatimah's fatwas. It's not my sunnah. It's the sunnah of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is Islam and Muslim. We're practicing Muslims. We're a practicing Muslim family. Period. I'm not perfect. My family isn't perfect. But we built a foundation of love, awareness, kindness, loyalty, trust. It doesn't mean I couldn't get it back. That doesn't mean because I'm like, oh, I can't trust him because he didn't tell me what he needed to tell me when I wanted him to tell me how he wanted me to do. I wanted to trust him again. Doggone it, and I'll say it again. I wanted to trust him again. Period. Because I said, if I'm going to be married to him, I'm going to trust him. I'm going to just know my husband is not perfect. And he didn't do the things that he needed to do when he wanted to do them, when I needed him to do them, when the kids needed him to do them. I had to sit there and go, you know what? That must have been really, really heartbreaking and hard for him because he didn't have nobody. He made dua. He had himself. He had his intentions. He didn't want to hurt anybody. I could sit here and tell you that, even though I didn't know he was married, that he didn't want to hurt anybody because I know who he is. It felt like I didn't know who he was, but I knew who he was. And the beauty about knowing who he was and who he is today is that can't nobody talk me against him because I get the proof on a daily basis. People know us on this internet. People know us on social media. But my day-to-day life with the man that I married, I know him every day, just like he knows me. So when he see me acting a fool, he'll go, you know you do that thing. I see you doing that thing. And he's right every time. Every time. I'm like, I am doing that thing. He can't know somebody since they're 14 years old. You know, we accepted Islam, but he still doesn't like big crowds. I don't mind. He'd rather eat at home. You know, he loves the color blue still from when he was 14. He loves his loyalty and people that are loyal to him. He fight like a dog for his family, work like a dog for his family. That ain't changed. But what has changed is that he lets Allah decide. And he prays and he knows there's a higher power than him. And he has a relationship with Allah. He made dua so much early on with this marriage, the additional marriage within our marriage, that I was like, this is really powerful for me as a Muslim to witness him worship Allah. Because I wasn't as intense as he was. But I've learned over the years with watching him, I'm like, this is how serious this is. This is no joke. So when I saw him worship Allah, that brought me closer to him. When my dad died, he facilitated helping financially bury him, physically bury him. He carried his casket, brought me closer to him. Because he knew I'm a trust. By Allah, my dad entrusted him with me. My dad was not the best husband, but he entrusted that man with me. He was like, you know what? I don't know nothing about Islam, but I think you'll be all right with that guy because he's going to protect you. He's been protecting me since he was 14 years old. He's 44 now. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, and I thank him for that. So, I'm going to wrap this video up. It's getting a little long, but evaluate who you're with. See who they are for the Creator, for Allah. See who they are for you, for your children. Are they a bad guy? Are they a good guy? See who that man is. See who he's trying to be, even if he hasn't gotten there yet. Is he trying to get there? Is he trying to be a good brother? Is he trying to be a good man to you? And you just don't want to see it? Evaluate yourself. Become self-aware. Do your work. Make a decision that you won't let polygyny break you. That's important. Empower yourself. Study. Get involved in personal development. Give someone an olive branch. Don't expect everybody to come to you or bow down to you mentally. Don't entrap people emotionally. Hear what they got to say. You don't know what their experiences have been. Tell them what yours has been. Tell them what your triggers are. My triggers were my grandfather and my dad shared, and nobody liked it. But these people were not Muslim people. These were two people. I loved them to death, but they both were alcoholics. And they didn't do things right. And sometimes they were downright violent with their tongue and with their hand. So I didn't have to deal with that. I'm grateful for a lot. I'm grateful to be sitting here making this content, helping other people. I'm an ENFP, and an ENFP is the champion for other people, period. Goofball, make jokes, all types of stuff. But when it is time to get serious and show people that they can make it through something, we're here. We show up. Because I'm going to tell you, there was a time where I wasn't this transparent. I didn't want to talk to social media. I didn't want to be on YouTube, none of that. But since I grew and empowered myself and let others pour into me, their greatness, I said, I'm going to do this thing because I'm not going to let this break me. Because my husband didn't want to break me. He wasn't trying to break me. I know that. And can't nobody tell me nothing else. Because I know who he tries to be for his Lord. So a man that's trying to be that way for his Lord is not going to intentionally hurt anybody else. Now, you raise your hand to him, he going to punch you into another life. That I know for certain. But mentally, physically, he not going to do none of that if don't nobody come for him first. That I can respect. I can respect the fact that he raises his children and he parents on purpose. I can respect the fact that he doesn't play with time. I can respect the fact that he tells his truth. I can respect the fact that he learned from his mistakes and he's growing and doing his work. I can respect the fact that my co-wife wanted family. That's what a woman is supposed to want and fight for. Family, unity, expanding love, wanting for your sister what you want for yourself. That's Islam. And if I'm passionate, I got 4 daughters and a bonus daughter that mean the world to me. And they're going to be empowered by their parents. That's what we want to do. Empower the youth, empower the women, empower the Black women in this world, because they got so many people trying to stomp them down and tell them to shut up. They don't know what to do. So if we don't help them, if we don't facilitate love and health and healing and wellness and self-care and self-respect and self-motivation, who gonna do it for them? That's why we're here. So I stay in polygyny. I stand in polygyny because I know I can do it. Because Allah brought it into my life. So if he brought me to it, he gonna bring me through it. I know that. And I trust Allah. I trust his decisions. He made me. And when you get your own universe and your own planets and your own immaculate creativity, and you can become the creator of mankind, and we know you can't, then you can tell people how to be placed in this life and how they should be and how they should act and what they should do within Islam and polygyny. But since we know we can't do that, I'm here to tell you this is my truth. I'm staying with my husband and my co-wife and my family. And we're going to work on our legacy. And we're going to expand love and creativity and wellness. And we're going to raise our kings and queens up. May Allah protect them. May Allah protect your family. May Allah protect our family from the evil eye of the shaitan. I love them. I'm going to continue to love them. If something happens to my husband, me and my co-wife, our husband, y'all thought y'all caught me slipping, but you did. I digress. But if anything happens to that man, may Allah protect him. But if anything happens to him, me and my co-wife got this. We gonna just keep it moving. And we gonna keep raising kings and queens to teach each other how to treat each other and uplift each other, uplift their community, and uplift their ummah as Muslims. That is the goal. And until it's not, I ain't going nowhere. I'm Coach Fatimah, and I hope you guys got some good information from this video. I know I was passionate in it, but that's me. I'm passionate in my life. I just am. Because when I love somebody, when I trust somebody, when someone's in my life, they got me forever. That's what the goal is. So I hope you guys benefited from this video. It's been a long time coming. I've been super, super busy, but I wanted to give it to you all. Shout out to my family, to my husband, my co-wife. I call her Sweets. So shout out to Sweets. Shout out to our babies and bonus babies. And you all out there that have shown us so much love. I appreciate you. Thank you for the dua. Thank you for the love. Thank you, haters, because I know you're here. Welcome. And I will see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.